Hey yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to my yoga time. Thanks for joining me today. I have another short yoga snack for you. This class is especially good if you're really tight, you've got a lot of tension in the shoulders, maybe a little in the neck. Also, if you're looking for a short practice to help undo bad posture from the day. So we will use the wall for the very first pose for this class, so do position yourself close to the wall. And I've also got 2 yoga blocks, so if you've only got 1 yoga block, then you'll need a rolled up towel as well. If you don't have any yoga blocks, then a rolled up towel and maybe a thick book or something solid that you can hold in between your legs for a short time and also place underneath your head at the very end of the class. So when you're ready, let's begin. I'm going to start standing next to the wall. You can start on the right side. So about 10 centimeters or so away from the wall, and then take your right arm behind you, about shoulder height. Spread the fingers wide. Press the pads of the fingers into the wall. Your left hand can just cross in front of the chest. And what we want to do here is turn the eye of the elbow to face the wall and try and bring the shoulder down. And then see if you can look over your left shoulder. So if you need to lighten this pose, you can step further away from the wall. Otherwise, you can step in nice and close. Try not to let your lower back arch too much. Slightly point the tailbone down. Relax the jaw. And begin to breathe a little deeper. Breathing into the shoulder, the arm. So this is a really good stretch to target the brachial nerve plexus, which is a cluster of nerves in the shoulders. And we never want to stretch the nerves, but they do need to be able to slide and glide. And sometimes they get impinged, and when this happens, we experience pain. Let's take one more breath here. A little pause, and then exhale slowly, coming off the wall. Give those shoulders a little roll. You might notice a difference from one side to the other. And then when you're ready, left arm. So remember those 3 alignment cues. Press the pads of the fingers into the wall, turn the eye of the elbow to face the wall and guide the shoulder down. And looking over your right shoulder. It's a great time to commence your Ujjayi breath, feeling that gentle tone, that gentle constriction in the very back of your throat, so that you can feel the breath roll over the throat. And you may even start to hear the sound of the breath, much like the sound of the ocean. And let's relax there. You can come off the wall, give those shoulders a roll. So we're going to stay standing just for one little sequence. You will need 1 block or whatever prop you've got that's nice and solid. We're going to place that one in between the thighs. So the reason that we're doing that is we want to keep the lower body fairly stable. We don't want to bring too much of a back bend into the lower body, so we're going to keep a gentle pressure of those thighs squeezing in on the block so that we can really isolate the movement in the upper back and shoulders. And as we age, the majority of us get really stiff in the middle part of the back and especially behind those kidneys there. So when you're ready, let's begin. We're going to work with Ujjayi breath. Inhale, slowly bring the arms up. Expanding the chest. As you exhale, lower the hands down and take the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Again, squeeze the block, tailbone down, then lift up out of the waist for an upper back bend. Spacious inhalation in the front side of the body. And when you begin to exhale, release the fingers, bring the arms out in front and start to round the upper back. Look down towards your belly button. Well done. Let's cross right arm over the left. You can either take the hands to the shoulders and you're going to squeeze the elbows together there. And if you like, you can round the back. Otherwise, eagle arms, Garudasana. You can bind once or you can bind twice. So whichever variation your arms are in, we're pressing forearms and elbows together. And then breathe into the upper back and shoulders. Well done, yogis. Let's unravel the arms. Inhale, arms out to the side. And this time as you exhale, bring the fingertips in front of the heart center, palms apart, just fingertips touching. And again, we want to round the shoulders here and guide them down. So you can see my upper back is rounding. I've toned through the armpits, through the lats. Keep that. Squeeze in on the block and then a little twist to the left. Come back to center. So feel as though your hips are staying square to the front. Twist to the other side. So you should feel reasonably restricted there. Well done. Relax the hands down. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Firming in on the block. Tailbone down. Interlace the hands behind you. Let the inhalation expand the chest. Lift the chin. Move the throat forward. Exhale, release the hands. Bring the arms forward. Round the upper back and shoulders. And then this time cross left on top of the right. Either hands to the shoulders or taking Garudasana arms. Inhale, arms out. And exhale, fingertips in front of the heart, rounding upper back again, guiding the shoulders down, and let's twist. So keeping that tone through the arms and shoulders here is creating a little bandha. You might start to feel a little effort there. Let's lower hands down. Well done. Roll out the shoulders. You can remove the block. And then from here, come down onto all fours. And we'll take our puppy pose, but if you have any catching in the shoulder, any discomfort, leave that arm out of it. Use the back of that palm as a pillow and just focus on the one arm that feels good. Otherwise, keeping the bottom up nice and high, arms in front. For this puppy pose, we're going to keep the palms lifted, just your fingertips on the mat, elbows are lifted, forehead either to the floor, or of course you can use one of your props underneath the head. Gently guide the shoulders towards the hips. From here, we'll bring the elbows a little closer together. Bring the elbows down to the mat now, hands to prayer above the head. Anahatasana, melting heart pose. Feel a spacious inhalation in the upper back, ribs and chest. Take a moment to pause, to hold the breath. And then exhale slowly. Heart softening towards the mat. Well done, yogis. Lower those hands down. Bring yourself up to seated. I'm just coming into a kneeling position, but don't feel that you have to kneel. You can sit any which way that's comfortable for the legs. We're only going to be here for a short moment. Little neck stretch. Take the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers. Arms over to the left. Point the elbow to the left and then turn the head. From here, drop the ear towards the shoulder and lift the chin diagonally. So you should feel a nice stretch from the jaw down to the collarbone. Breathe into that space. And let's change sides. Head back to center, arms over to the right. Drop the ear, lift the chin just a little. And release. Well done, yogis. So using your two blocks here if you've got them. One block is on the low side underneath the shoulders. The second block's for the head and it's going up a little bit higher. If you've only got one block and a towel, you'll have the rolled up towel behind the shoulders, block under the head. No blocks, towel under the shoulders, and whatever hard prop you're using underneath the head, your book, whatever it may be. So we're going to come down into our fish pose. So make sure that the bottom block is right underneath your shoulder blades, and then the prop underneath the head, we want to line up the very edge of that solid prop with the base of the skull if you can. Now some of you will feel more comfortable leaving the knees bent, feet wide, knees falling into touch. Others might be able to straighten and relax those legs. So arms out to the side, palms to face the ceiling. And just for a few breaths, we're going to move very slowly. So as you exhale, let the head fall to the left. And as you inhale, come back to center. And we'll exhale over to the right side. So a little self-massage here. Feeling the meeting points between the head and the prop. And if you would like to take a few more rounds, feel free to do so. Otherwise, you can come to stillness. If you'd like to go deeper into the pose and it's comfortable for your body to do so, you can turn the block under the head down so that it's at the same height as the shoulders, or a little deeper again if you remove that prop and bring your head down to the mat. So find the variation that your body says yes to. Avoid overstretching. Do not strain. And just taking the next few moments to breathe into the heart center. Inhale and find a little pause. And then exhale slowly. And when you're ready, let's bend the knees. If the legs are straight, you can either roll off to the side to come off your props or come halfway up to seated. Remove those props. Reclining onto your back. Take a brief moment in Savasana. You can straighten the legs, tuck the shoulders under. Let the palms face the ceiling. And just feeling the meeting points between the upper back and the mat. Breathe into any newfound space. Soften the forehead, the tongue and jaw. And let's inhale a little deeper. Wiggling toes and fingers. Stretching if the urges arise. getting ready to return to your day. Thank you, yogis, for practicing with me today. I hope that you enjoyed that class and have found a little more space and movement in the upper body and shoulders. If you have any class requests, feel free to make those in the comments below. The intention of this channel is to help cultivate your home practice. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to support free yoga on YouTube. Have a lovely day.